This tutorial is meant to be an introduction to the SPSS program, with an emphasis on some of the basic features of this program. The SPSS program allows you to perform statistical analysis of your data. It is a very useful tool in helping you understand and analyze your data. Please note, though, that this tutorial is not meant to go into any detail with how to perform various statistical analyses. Instead, what we hope to do is to give you a feeling for what the program is and what it can do. I want to take a minute and introduce you to some of the basic features of the SPSS program. SPSS stands for Statistical Package for the Social Sciences. Its layout or setup is similar to that of Excel or other spreadsheet programs. It is used to analyze data and used to perform statistical analysis on your data to determine whether or not you have significant statistical differences in your data set. It is used to perform a variety of analyses. As I said earlier, SPSS is set up similarly to Excel in a spreadsheet format, with each variable representing in its own column and each cell representing each unique response or data point. As with any Windows product, you can navigate your way around the program through the menu bar at the top of the page. As circled on this slide, you can use the menu bar to perform anything you want the system to do. Today we're going to focus on three sections of this menu bar: the Transform, Analyze, and Graph tabs. What I want to do now is walk you through some of the basic features of the program. And to start, I want to talk about the frequencies. Frequencies allow you to obtain summary statistics for your categorical variables. To run the frequencies procedure, go to the Analyze tab at the top of the page and select the Descriptive Statistics option. From the Descriptive Statistics option, you will then see the option for frequencies. Select frequencies. Once you select frequencies, a menu box will pop up. What you need to do from here is highlight the variable or variables that you want to summarize, highlight them, and drag them over to the box. When you have selected the variables you want to work with, then click on the Statistics tab to determine the statistics that you want to perform on these variables. At the bottom of the page, you will see an option for Paste. While SPSS is a Windows-based program, there is a programming syntax that runs underneath the program. To access the syntax, this is where you select the Paste option. The Paste option allows you to see the syntax and make changes to it for subsequent analyses. If you select Paste, you will see the syntax pop up in its own page. To run the syntax from here, all you need to do is highlight the syntax and select the green arrow button at the top of the page. Once you run your frequencies, you will get an output table. This output table has 4 columns of interest: the frequency, the percent, the valid percent, and the cumulative percent columns. The frequency column contains the counts of each level of each variable. The percent column contains the percentage of cases in each category relative to the number of cases in the data set. The valid percent column contains the percentage of cases in each category relative to the number of valid cases. If you have missing variables or data in your file, your percent and valid percent columns will be different. The percent column will take these missing cases into consideration, while the valid percent column removes them and gives you the corrected case. Last but not least, the cumulative percentage column gives you the number of percentage of cases whose values are less than or equal to the indicated value. Jumping ahead, I want to focus on the descriptives procedure next. The descriptives procedure allows you to obtain summary statistics for your variables. From the descriptives procedure, you can obtain the mean, the median, and mode for various variables. The descriptives procedure is a very useful way to summarize and categorize your variables. To access your descriptives, again, click on the Analyze tab at the top of the page, select Descriptive Statistics, but this time choose Descriptives. Running your descriptives are very similar to running your frequencies. Select the variables from the left-hand side of the page and drag them or click them over to the right-hand side where it says Variable. On the right-hand side of the page, you'll see the Options tab. The Options tab allows you to select the statistics that you want performed. From here, you can select your mean, median, and mode options. After you've selected your statistics of interest, select OK and you will get your output table. The output table will give you the minimum, maximum, mean, and standard deviation in a table format for you. The output table allows you to get a sense of your data. The minimum refers to the smallest observation in your data set, while the maximum refers to the highest observation in your data set. The mean refers to the average, and the standard deviation gives you the degree to which scores deviate from the mean on average. Switching gears from the frequencies and descriptors for a minute, I want to focus on some other features of the program, and particularly some of the more unique features of the SPSS program. SPSS allows you to create graphs through the Chart Builder function. By using the Chart Builder function, you can design various graphical representations of your data. To access the Chart Builder function, click on the Graphs option of the menu tab at the top of the page. From there, under Graphs, you will select Chart Builder. The first thing that will appear on page for you is the Chart Builder box. And within the Chart Builder box, you will be asked first, before you can do anything, to define your chart. The OK option will appear on the page. Select that option. After you've selected OK, the Chart Builder box will appear to you, and the first thing you'll have to do is define your graph. At the bottom part of the page, you will see the Gallery tab on the left-hand side. Under the Gallery tab, select the type of graph you want. If you're not sure, SPSS gives you a visual representation of what each type of graph looks like and what might be better for your data file. Once you've selected the type of graph you want, it will appear in the box on the right-hand side next to it. Once the type of graph you want appears in this box, click it over to the box on the top of the page. Once your graph has been dragged to the box on the top of the page, you will now have to define your X and Y axes. In order to do that, you have to select which variables you want to put as your X and Y axes. To define your X and Y axes, the Variables option will appear on the left-hand side of the page. The Variables option is a listing of all the variables in your data file. Highlight the variables you want to represent your X and your Y axes and drag them over to the box on the right-hand side. Once your X and Y axes are defined, click OK, and your graph will be exported to the output file. The output file will show your graph. Note that with SPSS, there is a way to export these graphs to other programs. However, one thing you should note before doing that is that your graph will be exported as an image file. What this means is that you will not be able to manipulate this image file in PowerPoint or other programs. If you want to beautify it somehow or make it look better, you'll have to do that either in SPSS or do the whole graph over in PowerPoint. The last thing I want to focus on today is SPSS allows you to calculate new variables based on existing variables you have in your data file. This allows you to consolidate or transform variables. To do this, the top of the page, click on Transform and then highlight the Compute Variables option. What will happen is you'll see a box such as the one you see on the screen pop up in front of you. In the Target Variable box allows you to name your new variable. The Numeric Expression box allows you to identify the variable labels. Typically, your variable label will take the form of some sort of label or identifying feature for your variable. If your variable is a categorical variable, you can put the different categorical representatives in this box. If this variable you're working with is a categorical variable, you'll be able to put the different categorical representatives in the Numeric Expression box. You will also be able to define the parameters of the variable under the if box. By clicking on that box, you'll be able to define your variable in terms of if-then logic statements. After you've defined your variable, it will export to your spreadsheet as a brand new variable. While it will appear in your data file as a new variable, your work is not done though. You will still have to define and identify the variable under the Variable View option. This has been the Introduction to SPSS tutorial. If you're interested in learning more about SPSS, please attend one of our workshops that we will have scheduled throughout the upcoming academic year. Thank you.